can't go ahead in our life in relationships. And I would say the functions our emotions are actually taking care of. The first thing is our interpersonal functions, second the interpersonal functions, and the last and the not the least, the social and cultural functions. Because I feel that emotions drive our actions. For example, a fight mode, a flight mode, or a freeze response. So yeah, I would like to explain here that जो भावनाएं हैं, जो हमारी feelings हैं, emotions हैं, उनका हमारी life में जो role है, उसको हम कम नहीं कर सकते. उनका उतना ही हमारे जीवन में importance है जितना IQ का. Now I would come to IQ. IQ, that general intelligence. General intelligence is the measurement of our intelligence. And whenever we are talking about somebody's IQ, we always talk about the way that their cognitive response, about their cognitive values and everything. We are talking about their academic achievements and values. So here, when we come to EQ, what is EQ? So from my point of view, and I would say that emotional intelligence, or EI or EQ, helps us to identify and understand human emotions. And this is our ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as being able to understand and influence the emotions of others. So here actually we are talking about the importance of emotional intelligence in our lives. किस तरह से एक emotional and especially for our academic and academic achievements, our relationships on each level, whether it's personal or professional. So जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि किस तरह से जो emotional intelligence है वो है क्या, क्योंकि इमोशंस जो हैं उन्हें हम अनदेखा नहीं कर सकते. उनका हमारी जो इम्पोर्टेंस है हमारी लाइफ में वो बहुत ज्यादा है, और उसको हमें मैनेज करना, उनको किस तरह से हमें कहाँ रिएक्ट करना है, किस जगह हमें रेस्पॉन्ड करना है, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मेनी टाइम्स एक्सट्रीम इमोशंस में हम भूल जाते हैं कि वेयर टू रिएक्ट एंड वेयर टू रेस्पॉन्स, हाउ टू रेस्पॉन्स ऑन द स्पेसिफिक सिचुएशंस. Then now we come to I would say that why is emotional intelligence important? क्यों है ये जरूरी हमारी लाइफ में emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is very important aspect of our life nowadays, because emotion, many times it happens with all of us that emotions can lead us to act without thinking. And having emotional intelligence can help us avoid those situations when we might act on impulse rather than fact. So emotions, actually we can understanding and managing our emotions and those of others can help us to be more successful in our personal and professional lives. And being emotionally intelligent is associated with the academic and professional success, financial stability, fulfilling relationships, life satisfaction, as well as better physical and emotional mental health. कितना important है being emotional intelligent at this time of period. अभी हम सभी ने एक और भी बहुत बड़ा change हम सभी ने देखा है. Still actually we are experiencing that is COVID-19, and after that we have seen a big impact on it, on our mental, emotional and physical health. So I have actually come across lots of my clients actually who came to me and asked about that they are having the anxiety, the anger and lots of other mental and emotional issues at this time and after COVID-19 especially. So when actually we gave them training of emotional intelligence techniques, they were they were so able to overcome all the issues, all the challenges, all the problems they were facing at this time, because we all have gone through a lots of issues and problems, and we are not able to understand that whether we all have accepted the new normal in our life, but still we actually going through lots of mental and emotional issues as well. And here we now I come to the characteristics of emotional intelligence. क्या हैं characteristics of emotional intelligence? सबसे पहले मैं बताना चाहूंगी कि 1980 में जो साइकोलॉजिस्ट थे गोल्डमैन, वो इस जो टॉपिक इस एस्पेक्ट के साथ उन्होंने जब इंट्रोड्यूस किया ईक्यू को, तो हमें पता चला कि हमारे जीवन में, हमारी लाइफ्स में जितना महत्व, जितना इम्पोर्टेंस हम लोग अपने कॉग्निटिव जो अचीवमेंट्स हैं या हमारा जो डेवलपमेंट है उसको देते हैं, उतना ही जरूरी है हमारे थॉट्स, फीलिंग्स एंड इमोशंस को भी समझना, उनको भी उसी तरह से रेगुलेट करना, उनको आइडेंटिफाई करना, उनको मैनेज करना, यूज करना, जिस तरह से हम अपना जो प्रैक्टिकल जो लाइफ है उसको हम डेली बेसिस पर गो थ्रू करते हैं. सो द फर्स्ट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू, दैट इज सेल्फ अवेयरनेस. What is self-awareness? Self-awareness, that to know ourselves. Do you know yourself? Then many times we have lots of questions. We have lots of the low self-esteem, the inferiority complex, the lots of other things, the lack of confidence, other things that we are feeling like that we are not able to do things, and the consequences are the negative emotions. We always we can, we can actually address them, like whenever we are actually not feeling confident in our life. So the self-awareness, actually how we understand our emotions, the negative emotions, and how we can convert them in positive ones, and their triggers, that many times it happens that we are not feeling good about something, and the consequences or the after effects are always the negative emotions. So we also know how emotions, because it never happens that if we are under pressure or we are feeling challenged, that our emotions are only actually affecting us. It's always affecting the people around us, the society, the community, the loved ones and family. The first thing is self-awareness. The second is self-regulation. Many times when we see that we are going out of our negative emotions, we are actually having different kind of ailments in our body, in our mind and brain and heart. We are having kind of, we are crying, or we are having anger and anxiety, stress, depression, lots of words are there. So the self-regulations comes in the existence, that how to regulate our negative emotions, and again I would say that how to convert them in the positive ones. And then the third characteristics of emotional intelligence, the motivation. What is motivation? The motivation is the desire to do something, and it relates to emotional intelligence. Many times how it relates to emotional intelligence, because the motivation is a different I would say that quality, and motivation is complete, and the emotional intelligence is our ability to regulate or manage and understand our own emotions. But when we are motivated and we are thinking that we have to do something, our emotions convert in to the positive ones, and they try to help you to go and achieve that dream. So motivation also a key skill whenever we talk about one of the key skills of the emotional intelligence. And then comes empathy, a very heavy word. Really, if we are actually have empathy to for each other, and it that words has a weight, that because it allows us to identify, understand the feeling of others, not only ourselves. of ourselves, which may actually can help us to handle, the situations, that negative situations more effectively. And for instance, when a coworker, whenever we are going for work or even in the family, is visibly stressed, we can react with empathy. We can ask that person, we can hold hands of that person, and we can give that person a shoulder to, and we can understand him better. So when we have empathy, so empathy also a very one of the most important key skills of this emotional intelligence. And then we come to social skill, very very important again, because without community and without society we are nothing. So again, when we have social skills, and what is social skills? It's a tool you use to communicate and interact with each other in the community, in the society, and we can help to each other when we understand each other's emotions, the feelings, that what we are feeling the same, someone is else is also going through, so we can help them in a better way. So the social skills must be there whenever we are talking about the having emotional intelligence. And again, I would say that social skills, I have seen that whenever actually we are in a community event, or we are going and meeting to people around us, and we have a different kind of positive chemistry amongst us, so we can actually have a different kind of uh, positive hormones that can create happiness in our body and mind. So these all are characteristics are very important whenever we are talking about the emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is very very important to have nowadays, and even in the future when we all are actually over using the gadgets, and we are completely depend on all these gadgets for our education, for our connection, creating connections and learning something. So I think that real connections are very important, and we can understand. And when we are having this emotional intelligence, and the thing, when we are talking about emotional intelligence, it's fine, what is emotional intelligence, why it is so important. Third is, what are the characteristics of the emotional intelligence, but we have to have it. And how can we actually our emotional intelligence? So the first thing I would share here, that practice self-awareness. Again, I would say that self-awareness involves understanding yourself and your behavior on three levels. The first is what we are doing. क्या कर रहे हैं हम? Many times actually, when you are feeling stressed, your emotions are not in your control, in our control. So the first thing we should ask to ourselves, that what are we doing, what are you doing, and you can get the answer. Then second, where as I am talking about the self-awareness, the second question you are going to ask to yourself, that how you feel about it. The when your what is clear, then you can ask yourself that how you feel about it. कैसा लगता है आप, whenever you are actually, many times I have seen that the specific kind of emotions have specific kinds of effects on us. And whenever we are actually identifying them, acknowledging them, we are getting all the answers itself. So the second thing we need to ask, that how you feel about it. And the third, the hardest part, I would say, that figuring out what you don't know about yourself. Because many times our ego, our kind of the boundaries, the walls we create within ourselves, and from each other, from the loved ones, the family. So many times we need to ask ourselves कि कहीं कमी हम तो नहीं है. Do you know, do you know about your strengths and about your weaknesses? So this is the also question you can, or I can ask to myself whenever we are practicing self-awareness. And now I would come to channel your emotions well. Again, regulations. How we regulate our emotions. Many times it happens reacting, not responding to the emotions, to the specific situation. तो क्या करना है वहाँ पे? Try to hold yourself for a few seconds or use mindfulness. I know, I think, I hope that you all know about the mindfulness. Paying attention each and every emotions of yourself, that what is going on with me. So when I'm talking about the practicing mindfulness, then, and the thing I have said that, so it would be very beneficial for us to gain that perspective on our feelings. So we would be able to manage negative emotions and harness, that we can convert them in positive ones. And the third is that is very important again, that how we can improve our emotional intelligence. I would describe here about I would say that develop a deep belief in yourself. Many times, as I just said before, that many times low confidence or low self-esteem can be very well-being for our overall wellness. So when we actually truly believe in ourselves, no matter what happens, we can overcome it. So जो खुद पे विश्वास है, that is very important. आपका खुद पे भरोसा होना बहुत जरूरी, जिनसे आपका अपने ऊपर विश्वास कम ना हो, भरोसा कम ना हो. और जब when you actually we are filled with self confidence, we can create anything positively in our life. So that, and now I come, guys, that the fourth and very important the point I would discuss here, that is attuned to others' feelings. Again, that the compassion, the empathy. Here I'm going to describe again that improving emotional intelligence transforms our relationships, and being attuned to our own feelings makes us more aware of other feelings, other people's emotions. So relationships. So I would say that always show empathy, show compassion, really help someone, volunteer for something good in the society, and that would create a very wonderful balance in our brain, in our emotions. For we can create a wonderful emotional intelligence question. And now I would say that get excited and take action. Many times we are sitting, we are doing many things, but we are not coming out of our comfort zone. So what would I would say we should do? I think we should get out of our comfort zone, and we should have more meaningful connections with people in our lives. Be more present. Many times sometimes we are in past, we are actually indulging in past, dwelling in past, and we are thinking that whatever happened with me, what was not good, and we are creating enmity with our loved ones, or maybe with with our colleagues and the neighbors, and whoever. So many times it's really important that, as I actually described before, that being present and practicing mindfulness is very important, because here when you are in present, you are not taking care of your future, because it's ये अभी आया नहीं है. Future अभी it's just imagination. The imagination बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए, because I have seen as an NLP practitioner as well, and hypnotherapist, I have seen that when we are creating imagination and visual visions for our future is always good, but don't indulge yourself. Just have a specific time, schedule your time of few hours for that, and otherwise, actually you are not audible. Your voice is breaking badly, dear. Yes, yeah, please ask me. Please let her ask. Yeah.
Miss Lavanya, interrupting you. Sorry, we cannot hear you. Your voice is not clear. I think it's getting echoed.
Sorry, I don't know what's
Yeah, we
wrong.
cannot understand you.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Please ask.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, please ask if we actually can help.
Ma'am.
Yeah, hello.
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Yeah, please ask. Please tell.
Ma'am, you had mentioned that we need to get attuned to our own feelings as well as others' feelings, and we need to show compassion and empathy. It's very true in the general content, but not when one's life is continuously under threat on a daily basis. So, how do we react in such a situation, ma'am?
I think you reacting positively. First thing, I think if you are actually having any kind of a problem, you should ask for help. First thing, that.
हेलो मैम.
Hello, yes, hello.
मैम ये नेक्स्ट वेबिनार कब है?
I don't know, sir. Actually, you have to ask to Priyanka, ma'am.
अभी क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन चल रहा है, आप थोड़ा वेट करिए, उसके बाद बता दी जाएगी और ग्रुप पे इंफॉर्मेशन भी चली जाएगी. आप क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन होने दीजिए प्लीज.
Yeah. Please.
ओके मैम, ओके.
If you want to ask any question, please ask. And yeah, Lavanya ma'am, actually you go and you should ask for help. If you are not able to react, or I would say if you are not getting help yourself, then still you are actually going through this problem, then you should go and ask, for help to someone who can help you to come out from these problems. Because I was able to hear you properly.
May I ask you a question, ma'am?
Yeah, please. Yeah, ask.
What is low emotional intelligence and how to improve it?
Personal?
What is low emotional intelligence and how to improve it?
Yeah, as I just said, that when we are not actually identifying our own emotions, many times actually you are angry and you are feeling that it's not your I would say that it's not your fault that you are feeling stressed, angry, or your emotions are on high extremes, going extremes. So you are blaming someone, or you are blaming the environment or situations many times, that because of my boss or because of my someone else. So these are the symptoms of low. How to actually overcome them. The first thing, as I said in the session, the first thing being self-aware. Whenever you are going through the positive ones or negative ones, doesn't matter. Just acknowledge your each and every emotion. Whenever you are feeling angry, or you are feeling happy, joyful, both of you have to pay attention. The time, the situation, the reason behind that emotions, that and the triggers. Whenever you are feeling like stress, you have to pay attention the triggers, or you have to pay attention to your own reactions and responses, because many times we react to the situation and we are not responding positively. And how can we respond on any specific situation? That you have to wait for from that situation, that negative situation.
Then can we say that those persons, those who are arguing much, who are having arguments much more, they are
Yes.
having less intelligence, emotional intelligence?
Yes, of course, because they are not taking care of their own emotions and as well as their other emotions as well. That's why they are being so, I would say, they are being harsh to them. First thing, they are not doing good for them, and even they are not having good relationships with others. So many times, I hope you have seen that in the workplaces and the schools, the few there are some kinds of few kinds of people who are actually fighting. They are having arguments to on each and every topic, and they are reacting very badly. So this is the sign of low emotional intelligence.
Then competition.
Competing, see, competing is I would say that that can be positive or negative. When you are not hurting yourself or someone else, then it's a positive thing, because you just want to go ahead in your life, you want to achieve things. And when actually you are hurting yourself to get that thing, or you are hurting your family or your the person you are competing with, then it's not good for anybody. So comparison and competition always must be healthy. Thank you. Anyone else?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful insight. I'll request everyone to please switch on their video so that we can take a group photo.
Yeah.
Hello, participants. Could you please switch on your video so that we can take a group photo? I can still see a lot of videos of. Could you please switch it on? Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you, Ms. Kabra, and thank you all the participants. I hope you have filled up the feedback form and you must have got the certificate in your email ID. And just in case you have not received it, you can send us a WhatsApp in the number. We'll share the details of the next webinar, which is going to happen next Tuesday, very soon, with all of you in the group. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.